Hey guys, this isn't gonna be really a satire video, whatever the fuck it is, a video. This is gonna be more of a serious one and more of a darker one, it seems. This actually just happened Monday. This is crazy. This is very scary. So in North Miami, a unarmed black man on the ground was shot and injured by police. The circumstances surrounding this are very scary and interesting, and are something that me myself luckily don't have to worry about as much. For those of you who don't know, I'm mixed, but I look almost white. You wouldn't expect me to be, if you met me, you wouldn't know I was mixed unless I told you. So they're very real situations that my father had to deal with, but my mother didn't have to, and I won't have to most of the time because of the complexion of my skin. And this is something that's very scary and very close to home. Now I guess I'll explain the whole story. So, apparently on Monday, 5 p.m., in North Miami, a 911 call was made about an armed man who was threatening to kill himself. The officers responded to the scene, and obviously were on call that the witnesses had said that there was a gun, and that the 911 call had said that there was a gun present. But apparently this person who was threatening to commit suicide was a autistic patient in a group home, and the thing he had wasn't a gun, it was a toy truck. Now this man, was accompanied with his therapist, and his therapist was trying to calm him down when the cops got there. The cops obviously ordered him on the ground, hands in the air on the ground. He tried to explain to them the situation and what was happening. He explained to them that his patient had escaped and run away from a group home, and that he was trying to calm him down and be able to restrain him and bring him back to the group home safely. He was also trying to calm his patient down at the same time and having his patient lie down like the cops wanted him to. But because he was autistic, he didn't fully understand what was being said, and he didn't comply with what he was being asked to do. The therapist explained to the cops everything that had happened and was saying, I am unarmed, he is unarmed, there's no gun, when one of the officers shot him. And the entire time, the man who had autism was pretty paranoid. He was rocking back and forth. He seemed generally scared, very nervous. I don't really know what else to say. The sick part is, after he was shot, he was hitting his right leg, and after he was shot, he was flipped over and handcuffed while bleeding. He was on the ground for 20 minutes before an ambulance arrived, bleeding out, handcuffed. He didn't even understand what was going on at first. When he was hit by the bullet, he was quoted saying, "Sir, why did you shoot me?" And the officer said, he replied back, "I don't know." The officer replied back to him, "I don't know." What the fuck? What the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. That's fucking insane. The man who was shot, his name was Charles Kenzie. The officer, after shooting him, replied with, "I don't know. I don't know why I shot you. I'm sorry. I don't fucking know." What the fuck? What kind of just straight idiot has to shoot someone, and then when they ask, "Why'd you shoot me?" they're like, "I don't know." The fuck, you don't know why you're shooting someone? Oh my god. That is insane. That is fucking insane. That doesn't make any sense. That makes no logical sense. You only shoot if you have a reason to shoot. If you have any sort of doubt in your mind that the man in front of you can harm you, willing to harm you, wants to harm you, shoot. And everyone wonders why there's that mentality, that whole mentality of killing cops. It's largely because the black community feels that if they don't, the cops are gonna kill them. And this is a perfect example of why. This is why cops are dying. This is why black cops are being called traitors. This is why all these events are happening, because a cop decided, "Oh, I don't know why I did that. Oh, I'm sorry." That doesn't fucking make any sense. That doesn't fucking make any sense. I'll play the news. Watch it. I can't even explain to it. Just watch it.
This is Charles Kinsey laying in the middle of the road with his hands in the air. North Miami police have rifles pointed at him. Listen as he tries to tell them he's a therapist, just trying to help a confused autistic man who ran away from a group home. Charles remembers the moments before he got shot.
I'm going to the ground just like this here with my hands up, and I'm laying down here just like this. And I'm telling him again, "Sir, it's no need for a firearm. I'm unarmed." He's an autistic guy. He had a toy truck in his hand.
He pleads with officers to back down and also tries to calm down his patient. This goes on for minutes, and then Charles says out of nowhere, a North Miami police officer shoots him.
I'm like this right here. And when he shot me, It was so surprising. It was like a mosquito bite. And when he hit me, I'm like, I still got my hands in the air. I say, no, I just got shot. And I'm standing there, I'm like, sir, why did you shoot me? And his words to me, he said, I don't know.
North Miami police say it all started when someone called 911 and said there was a man walking around with a gun threatening suicide Monday. But Charles says the gun was a toy truck. The man was the autistic patient.
I was really more worried about him than myself, because I'm looking at, as long as I got my hands up, they're not going to shoot me. This is what I'm thinking. They're not going to shoot me. Wow, was I wrong?
Charles says what police did after he was shot is what upsets him the most.
I think they got like 1, 2, 3 sets of handcuffs. They cuff my hands and they flip me over, and I'm laying on the concrete like this right here. I'm bleeding.
Day in and day out, Charles works helping the disabled. He just wants to know why the officer fired.
So grateful that he's alive and he's able to tell his story.
Every time I close my eyes, it's just like I'm just seeing flashbacks.
You guys want to know what happened to the cop who shot him? He was put on administrative leave. Do you know what that means? It's basically like getting suspended in school for 3 days. Or not even, more like a detention. That's more what it is. It's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid, fucking ridiculous, totally unnecessary. For those of you who don't know, I'm mixed. I've recorded this like 3 times. I've been just so pissed. For those of you who don't know, I'm mixed, and I'm extremely light for my skin tone. So situations like these won't happen to me. And my friends call me a bad black person in a joking way, containing to the fact that I won't have to deal with any of the problems that they will, to such a degree that they do. And because of the fact that I'm mixed, I can choose in applications whether I want to say I'm black, I'm white, I'm other, whatever. But I can choose, and I have a little bit more freedom as to what to say and what I can do just in general. At the same time, I feel very scared that this could happen to me. I'm in a car with a bunch of black friends. We're going, obviously I'm not fucking old enough to be driving, but, this happens. I'm in a car with a bunch of black friends, black family members, and all of a sudden a cop pulls us over and shoots someone in the front. I don't know what else to say other than the fact that this is extremely scary. Not so much the fact, I guess, that it's still happening, but the fact that it happens and the cop doesn't know why he fucking shot someone. And the only response is to handcuff the man who's currently bleeding for no reason. This entire situation would have happened completely different if he was white. Completely different. I guarantee he wouldn't have been on the ground. He wouldn't have even been on the ground. The cops would have come, they would have been like, so what's going on? And he would have told them, and they would have been like, okay, that's it, and they would have left. None of this would have happened if this man was white. None of this would have happened if he was Asian. None of this would have happened if he was Mexican. This happened mainly because he was black. And now I'm not saying that, well, there's no racism between Mexicans and Asians, because there are. Asians not so much, other than the whole, United States mentality. You're taking their jobs and shit, and that's a whole nother fucking discussion. But Mexicans are more just like, fucking Donald Trump going out. Oh my god, that was messed up. But Mexicans have the whole stereotype and racism of they're rapists or drug addicts or drug dealers. Obviously none of that shit's true. Well, most of the time. I'm not saying like no Mexican people are rapists or killers or whatever, but there's black drug lords, there's Mexican drug lords, there's white drug lords. Now I'm justifying myself for racism. What the fuck? Got off track, let's get back on track. My whole point is that this whole situation is fucking ridiculous. That cop should be charged with assault with a deadly weapon, which is a good amount of years. No, we'll go that right now. Up to 4 years in county jail and required to pay a fine of $10,000. On top of that, there are also several factors that could increase the criminal penalties beyond this range. So, you know what the cop gets right now, at least right now. Let's hopefully he gets something more. All he's on is probation pretty much. Let me just put this into perspective for you. A cop who has a gun, we're just gonna sum up everything. A cop, an officer of the law, had a gun, right? He had a gun, right? We all focus on that. He had a gun, shot an unarmed man who's trying to help someone with autism, and is now on probation. You guys get that? You guys get that? He is now on probation. I don't know what else to say, guys. Every second I just keep talking about this. It's just making me angrier and angrier. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I can't talk about this anymore. I'm already pissed as it is. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys in the next one. Do me a favor, and don't do anything stupid, guys. Like, you don't need to go out in the street like, fuck cops. Like, you're not fucking part of NWA. This isn't the fucking 80s where you can do that. Nowadays, it seems like you do that. You talk bad about a cop, you're assaulted. If you're black, you talk bad about a cop, you're assaulted. Automatically assaulted. Which is just fucking bullshit. I can't even do it. That's So fucking dumb. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one.